So what we have discussed so far is the concept of alternative minimum tax in chapter 12b, which is similar to MAT, minimum alternative tax, which is applicable to company. So alternative minimum tax is applicable to any person other than company, okay? Any person other than company who have claimed deduction under heading C, who have claimed deduction under heading C of chapter 6A, which are profit linked deductions, okay, which are profit linked deduction, please understand, okay, and those are given under section 80 IA, 80 IAB, 80 IBA, 80 IBC, okay, 80 IC, 80 ID, 80 IE. These are the section. Apart from that, section 10AA and section 35 AD, which is not there in the list. What are the condition here? First condition, there is no minimum liability, minimum taxable income criteria applicable to firm and LLP. By default, it is applicable to firm and LLP. But if you want to make it applicable to individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, their total income must exceed 20 lakh. What is the rate of tax of AMT? The rate of tax is 18.5% of adjusted total income. ATI is adjusted total income. There is a format for adjusted total income that we'll look into. Okay. As increased by surcharge and cess. There is no separate rate of surcharge. Surcharge, whatever is applicable to normal income, are made applicable to AMT as well. But here the surcharge is applicable on adjusted total income. You have to check whether adjusted total income is more than 50 lakh, then surcharge will be 10%. Adjusted total income, if it is exceeding 1 crore, then 15%. If adjusted total income exceeds 2 crore, then 25%. If adjusted total income exceeds 5 crore, then 37% surcharge, and says you already know 4% in all the circumstances. Next, as per provision of normal income tax, you will compute that you will compute on a total income into normal rate of tax, whatever are the applicable rate of tax to the assessee. And then finally, what will you pay in the current year is tax under section 115 JC, which is special tax that we have computed. All tax as per normal provision, whichever is higher, this is what you are supposed to pay. But now assessee is going to argue, sir, my tax as per normal provision is 200 rupees, whereas you have asked me to pay 500 rupees. Now this extra 300 rupees that you have paid will be available as a tax credit. Whatever extra you pay will be available as an AMT credit. Look at the formula for AMT credit. Tax credit under section 115 JD is equal to AMT tax. Here AMT tax is 500 minus normal tax, that is 200, is equal to 300. So whatever you pay extra, then your normal tax liability will be available as a tax credit for you. So when can I utilize this particular AMT credit? So AMT credit will be utilized in the year, or it will be set off in the year when tax as per normal provision is higher than tax as per AMT. So to summarize this, I will make some chart there now. Okay. An AMT credit can be carried forward for the period of 15 years. This is what you need to understand. So there are certain things that you need to write here. First, when do I pay AMT? Obviously, when AMT is greater than normal tax, we pay AMT. We pay AMT tax, okay? And because we have paid extra here, because we have paid extra tax, that extra tax will be available as AMT credit. And when do I use this particular AMT credit? So this AMT credit can be used only in that year when your normal tax is higher than AMT tax. When your normal tax is higher than AMT tax, you have to pay normal tax. But while paying normal tax, you can take credit less AMT credit. This AMT credit, but please understand, when you do this less AMT credit, this amount should not bring only to the extent of extra tax. This paragraph is very important. You people can also make note of this. This AMT credit can be set off only to the extent of extra tax. To explain this, I'll take one illustration and explain to you guys. But write down this only to the extent of extra tax. There's 2 points I have not written in this particular notes. So when do I pay AMT? First point, when AMT is greater than normal tax, we will pay AMT. And whenever that extra amount of tax we have paid over normal tax that we were supposed to pay as per normal provision of income tax, that extra amount will be available as a credit. Then when will I use that credit? Whenever normal tax liability is greater than AMT liability, you will pay normal tax but less amount of AMT credit. But the set-off cannot bring your tax liability lower than AMT. To explain that, I have to take one example. But before I run into example, let me finish the theory part first. So how do I compute adjusted total? So how do I compute adjusted total income? So adjusted total income is without claiming extra benefits of Income Tax Act. This is what you need to understand. So adjusted total income is the total income without providing or without giving extraordinary benefit which is given in income tax. And those benefits are given under section 10AA, section 35AD, section heading C of chapter 6, that is section 80 IA, IB, IC, ID, IE, all those except ATP they say. Okay. So these are the section, all heading C sections here except this 80 AA, 80 QQB, 80 RRB. So this will be your adjusted total income. Now please understand, we apply 18.5% on this adjusted total income. To give you an example, let's jump to one simple illustration here again. If my normal tax in year one, my normal tax is 5,000 rupees, 5,000 lakhs, whatever it is. And my AMT tax, which is 18.5% on adjusted total income, is 6,000. So what should I pay? Tell me, you guys, please tell me, reply. What should I pay? Normal tax or AMT? How much should I pay? Hello?
AMT.
My normal tax
6,000.
and AMT is 6,000. What should I pay?
6,000.
6,000 I should pay. How much extra I have paid? How much extra I have paid? Extra
1,000.
1,000.
This will be available as AMT credit. Okay, this will be available as AMT credit. Year 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe in year 6. Okay, year 6. My normal tax will be, say for example 10,000. Okay, my normal tax will be, say for example 10,000, and my AMT tax is around 7,000. AMT tax is 7,000. Now in this year, how much should I pay? What should I pay first of all?
10,000.
10,000. But will I pay 10,000? Answer is no. 10,000 less AMT credit that we have.
3,000.
AMT credit
3,000.
1,000 rupees will be subtracted, and therefore the amount which is payable by me will be 9,000. So this is one example that you should know. Okay. Now example number 2. Example number 2. In example 2, okay, my tax as per normal provision, normal tax is 10,000 and AMT tax is 18,000. What should I pay? Year 1.
18,000.
18,000.
18,000. Extra whatever I have paid will be what?
8,000.
AMT credit.
8,000.
That we can carry forward for 8 years. And maybe in third year, okay, in third year, my normal tax liability is 12,000 and my AMT is 9,000. Now what should I pay? Normal tax or AMT tax?
Normal.
Normal tax 12,000.
Normal tax. But while paying normal tax, we subtract AMT credit.
8,000.
But how much AMT credit I can subtract here? Come on, tell me.
3,000.
3,000.
3,000. 3,000.
3,000 or 8,000? Two number. First 3,000, second 8,000.
3,000.
3,000.
3,000. Why? Because the word AMT have this particular word minimum. So you cannot pay minimum that what is AMT. So here, though you are having 8,000 credit, you can set off maximum to the extent of extra amount. Extra amount here is 3,000. So maximum 3,000 can be set off, not more than that. So you must pay minimum 9,000 tax. This is the minimum tax that you have to pay. This is the minimum, not less than that. But sir, then what will happen to my balance credit? So when I utilize my 3,000 credit here, there will be balance credit. No. How much balance credit will be there? 5,000. Okay. Now this 5,000 balance credit, what can I do with it? What should I do with this?
Carry forward.
This can be carried forward. Yes.
Carry forward.
So this is what you must understand. Now, based on this particular theoretical provision that we have discussed, let's take one example, one comprehensive example from CA model, and then we will jump on CMA model. Okay, first CA model, because that's a full-fledged question on computation of total income, including effect of what you say, including effect of AMT. Achha, one point I did not explain you from this. When you take the benefit of section 35AD, when you are nullifying benefit of section 35AD, assessee deserves a benefit of depreciation, because whenever we provide benefit of 35AD to the assessee, we take out his benefit of depreciation. We told assessee very simple: either you will get 100% deduction under section 35AD, or you will get depreciation. So here, because we are imagining and we are adding back the deduction taken under section 35AD, the depreciation that can be allowed or would have been allowed to assessee should be subtracted before adding this particular 35AD effect. Similar question we have done in 35AD, while when we add notional income, even there was a question of earnout. There was a two warehouse. One is agriculture warehouse, and then he shifted that to edible oil. Okay, and in that case we have added back the net income, not the gross income. So he took the benefit of 50 lakh rupees, but while adding back and while computing taxation, we have added only 45 lakh, because 5 lakh rupee depreciation benefit we had given to the assessee. Similar thing will happen here. So let's look at the question here. Mr. X, an individual, set up his unit in special economic zone in the financial year 15-16 for the production of washing machines. The unit fulfills all the conditions of section 10AA of Income Tax Act 1961. During the financial year 18-19, he also has set a warehousing facility in the district of Tamil Nadu for storage of agricultural produce. So is it eligible? Answer is yes. Agricultural produce was there in section 35. So till now the assessee has taken benefit of section 10AA, and here assessee will take benefit of 35AD, and he is an individual. Do we charge AMT to individual? Is it applicable to individual? This is my question to all of you. Please reply.
Yes.
Your answer cannot be simple yes or no. You are a professional student, dumbass. Tell me. Is it applicable to all individual? What are the conditions? It is applicable only to those individuals whose, first of all, total income is greater than 20 lakh.
20 lakh.
Greater than 20 lakh. And secondly, they must have claimed some special benefit in the law. Some special benefit here, assessee have claimed 35 AD and section 10 AA. So because assessee have claimed this both benefit, okay, it might become applicable to him. So this condition is fulfilled. Let's look at the total income condition. Okay, it fulfills all the condition of section 35 AD. Capital expenditure in respect of warehouse amounted to 75 lakh, including cost of land 10 lakh. You tell me in section 35 AD how much deduction he can claim. 75 lakh including cost of land 10 lakh. What will be the amount of deduction under section 35 AD? Tell me.
100% deduction.
100%, but
65.
amount, tell me you have data here. Tell me the amount.
65 lakh.
65 lakhs.
55.
65.
Acha, sorry, 65 lakh. Why cost of land is not allowed as a deduction? So this is what you should remember. The warehouse became operational with effect from 1st April 2019, and the expenditure of 75 lakh was capitalized in the books of account. That's fine. Relevant details for the financial year. Profit of unit located in sale. So total profit is 40 lakh. I hope you remember 10 AA now. If you don't, then please go and watch our 10 AA lecture first. Export sale above unit is 80 lakh and domestic sale is 20 lakh. So total turnover will be 100 lakh
100
and total profit is 40 lakh. Can you tell me what will be the export profit? Can you tell me what will be the export profit, please?
32 lakhs.
Export profit will be 32 lakh. Very simple. How do we compute export profit? Export profit,
Profit into export turnover divided by total turnover.
yes. Export profit is equal to total profit into export turnover divided by total turnover. Total turnover of obviously sales unit. So you put this particular data 40 lakh into 80 lakh divided by 100 lakh is equal to will be 32 lakh. Now in section 10 AA, we get 100% deduction for first 5 years, 50% deduction for next 5 years, and 50% deduction or amount investment in reserve account, whichever is lower in last 5 years. So we need to check whether assessee in the which criteria, first 5 year, mid 5 year or last 5 year. So they have given us that year 15-16. Now the unit was set up in 15-16. Let's look at 15-16 is the first year, 16-17 is the second year, 17-18 is the third year, 18-19 is the fourth year, and 19-20 is the fifth year. So and we are into 19-20. So can you tell me what will be the percentage of deduction of this 32 lakh? Can you tell me?
100%.
100%.
100%.
But if it was the sixth year, then the deduction would have become 50%. Do you understand
50%.
this much? Do you understand this much?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now profit from operation of warehousing facility before considering deduction of section 35 AD was 1 crore 5 lakh. Now please tell me if this is 1 crore 5 lakh, then deduction under section 35 AD was 65 lakh. So how much would be taxable income here? Taxable income here. Okay, tell me. Before considering 35 AD, profit is 1 crore 5 lakh. And we have settled down this that the assessee will be eligible for 65 lakh rupees deduction under section 35 AD. So what will be the profit here?
40 lakh.
40 lakh.
40 lakh. Okay. So now look at two profits. This 40 lakh is taxable. Out of this 40 lakh, please understand, out of this 40 lakh, 32 lakh will be allowed as a deduction under section 10AA. So how much will be taxable here? How much will be taxable here? Can you just tell me that?
8 lakh.
So here taxable amount is 8 lakh and here taxable amount is 40 lakh. So total income is how much? Total income is
48 lakh.
48 lakh. So is it more than 20 lakh? This is what I'm asking. Is it more than total income? Is it more than 20 lakh? Is it more than 20 lakh?
Yes.
Yes.
So both conditions have complied. Therefore, AMT under section 115 JC will become applicable. Okay. This is how you need to think in examination. All right. So let's look at the answer step by step. First, they will compute tax under regular scheme. How do I compute tax under regular scheme? So profit, total profit 40 lakh minus 32 lakh that we computed. So 8 lakh rupees is the taxable profit from a sales unit. Next, profit from operating a warehousing facility, 1 crore 5 lakh. Okay, deduction under section 35AD would be 65 lakh. So the total income here will be 40 lakh. So the taxable income here will be 48 lakh. Now please use your calci and within a minute you tell me what will be the normal tax to the normal individual in India if his income is 48 lakh. Compute his tax immediately, please, on 48 lakh. How do we compute 48 lakh minus 10 lakh? Is equal to 38 lakh. 38 lakh into 30% plus 1,12,500. My income tax liability is 12,52,500 plus 4%. Tell me your number. Tell me.
13 lakh 2,600.
13 lakh 2,600 is the right number. So please compute this 13 lakh 2,600. So why didn't we added surcharge? Because my income does not exceed 50 lakh. So why didn't we provided a rebate under section 87? Because my income is more than 5 lakh. So those point also you need to keep in mind while computing this particular tax liability. Now, how do I teach? How do I compute? My main chapter is AMT, and this is how you should compute AMT here. Total income as computed above. So this is the total income. Now tell me how many special benefit you have taken. How many special benefit you have taken? Benefit number 1, special benefit under section 35AD. Benefit number 1 and second benefit number 2. So this 32 lakh will directly be added. This 32 lakh will be directly added because that is the export incentive. But I have concern about this particular 65 lakh. You cannot add back 65 lakh because if you add back 65 lakh, what about depreciation? Assessee would be eligible for depreciation, isn't it? Do you understand this? If you are withdrawing the benefit of section 35AD, if you are withdrawing the benefit of section 35AD, then you must give benefit of depreciation to assessee, isn't it? Are you able to understand this?
Yes.
Yes. So can you tell me what will be the rate of depreciation on warehousing facility? Rate of depreciation?
10%.
Because it is
15%.
10%. So look how AMT will be computed here. So they are going to add back 48 lakh plus 32 lakh. That comes to 80 lakh. In this 80 lakh, they cannot add a whole 65 lakh. Please understand, they must provide notional benefit of depreciation. That is at the rate of 10% because it is a building and they have written that assumption in this particular note. We assume that it is a building and therefore it will be 6.5 lakh. So 65 lakh minus 6.5 lakh is equal to 58 lakh. 0.50, if you add that to 80 lakh, it will become 1 crore 38 lakh 50,000. This is adjusted total income. ATI, adjusted total income. And on adjusted total income, 1 crore 38 lakh 50,000. You also take this particular amount on your calci. You cannot directly apply 1 crore 38 lakh 50,000 into 18.5% first. 22 lakh 25 lakh 62,250 rupees is an EMT tax, but you cannot apply 4% cess directly on this because my income, adjusted total income, had exceeded 1 crore threshold, and therefore surcharge at the rate of 15% becomes applicable. So we have to add surcharge first. So 25 lakh 62,250 into 15%. This will be the surcharge, which is 3 lakh 84,337.5 rounded off to 38 because paisa doesn't matter in examination. So the tax liability will be 29 lakh 46,588, but multiply by 4%. So this will be the tax liability under AMT. Now you tell me which one will be payable. You understood this much? First tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. Now which will be the payable liability? Here under normal provision, alternative 1, 13 lakh 2,600, and alternative 2, 30 lakh 64,450. Which one will be payable?
30 lakh.
30 lakh 64.
So what will be the amount of AMT credit? What will be the amount of AMT credit?
17 lakh
1,60,850.
Is it clear? 30 lakh minus normal tax. Whatever extra tax you have paid will be available as a credit, and this you can carry forward for 15 years. So this is what I was supposed to teach you. I'm done with my AMT calculation. Let's have a quick look at some illustration given by your institute in module. So this is on page number. What is the page number here? This is on page number 437, 438. Okay. So those who can download the module and watch it. So gross total income is 15 lakh rupees. ATC deduction 1 lakh rupees. ATG deduction 25,000 rupees. Okay. ATIE, this is a special benefit. This is the heading C. Heading C benefit of chapter 6A, and because of this, AMT will become applicable. So GTI minus 1 lakh minus 25,000 will be the taxable, and minus this also, the taxable income will be how much? 6 lakh. The taxable income is 6 lakh. So can you compute regular tax on this? On 6 lakh? Normal assessee, regular tax. How do we compute? 1 lakh multiply by 20% on first 5 lakh rupees, 12,500. So the tax liability will be 32,500. Is it clear? Hello, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, adjusted total income is equal to 13 lakh 75,000. How is it possible, sir? This 6 lakh plus this 7 lakh 75,000. If you add these two numbers, then it will become adjusted total income 13 lakh 75,000. Is it more than 20 lakh? Is it more than 20 lakh? Adjusted total income. Is it more than 20 lakh? Tell me.
No.
No, therefore AMT will not become applicable, not applicable. Do you understand this? Why AMT is not applicable here?
Yes.
Yes. So you will pay regular tax 32,500 plus cess 1%. So that will be your final tax liability. Situation 1. Situation 2, your gross total income is 25 lakh. Deduction under ATC and ATG 1 lakh each. Your total income is 23 lakh. Can you compute tax on 23 lakh immediately? Yes, sir. So 13 lakh into 30%. 13 lakh into 30% is 3,90,000 plus 1,12,500 on first 10 lakh. My tax liability will be 5,02,500. Is it clear? This 5,02,500?
Yes.
Yes. And because I haven't claimed any special deduction, So my adjusted total income will also remain same. This is the maximum case. Maximum assessee don't claim any special deduction. Therefore, they don't compute AMT. So 23 lakh. Will AMT become applicable? No, because assessee have not claimed any special deduction here. So AMT is not applicable. So the final tax liability will be 5,02,500 plus 4% cess. Now Mr. Y, 27 lakh plus 1 lakh, 27 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 8 lakh. Taxable income is 18 lakh. First compute tax on 18 lakh. 8 lakh into 30% is a 2,40,000 plus 1,12,500. So the tax liability will be 3,52,500, and my adjusted total income will be total of these two. 18 plus 8 will be 26. Now, is my total income more than 26 lakh? Condition.
Yes.
Adjusted total income should be more than 20 lakh. And second condition, assessee must have claimed heading C benefit or 10AA benefit or section 35 AD benefit. Whether both conditions are complied? Yes. So now will AMT become applicable? Answer is yes. How do we compute AMT? AMT will be computed on 26 lakh adjusted total income into 18.5%, which comes to 4,81,000. Now my normal tax is 352 and AMT is 481. Which one I will be paying? Hello, which one I'll be paying?
4 lakh 80.
4,81,000 plus cess. So that will be my final tax liability, and here I will get AMT credit. Whatever extra I have paid will be available as AMT credit. That can be set off in next 15 years. ALLP. Now you tell me, ALLP and BLLP, do we check 20 lakh rupees condition in LLP case?
No.
No.
Oh,
By default, it is applicable to them. So 32 lakh deduction under ATC nil, ATG 1 lakh, but they have not claimed any special benefit. They have not claimed any special benefit. Therefore, here it is not applicable. So not applicable. What is the tax rate of LLP in India? 30%. So 31 lakh into 30% simple. 31 lakh into 30% simple. 9.3 lakh plus cess will be the tax liability. In this case, yes, 8 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 2 lakh taxable income is 5 lakh, and even though it is 5 lakh, still it will be applicable because they have claimed the special benefit here. So 5 lakh into 30% will be 1.5 lakh. This is normal tax. This is my adjusted total income. This 5 lakh plus this 2 lakh, adjusted total income 7 lakh, and still it is applicable. Okay, and therefore on 7 lakh multiply by 18.5% is equal to 1,29,500. Now look at which one is higher, 1,50,000 here and 1,29,500 here. Which one will be payable?
1 lakh
50.
1,50,000. Will there be any concept of credit? Will there be any concept of credit here? Your normal tax liability is 150. Will there be any credit? Tell me. Do we give credit of normal tax? Normal tax is a normal tax.
No.
There will be no credit. No credit at all, because normal tax is your original liability. You must pay that much. So this is one illustration, and then they have given some notes. Please read that. Okay. One more small illustration I will do here for credit. 500 is my AMT liability and my regular tax liability is 1,000. Which one will be payable?
1,000.
1,000, which is the normal tax. Will I get any credit here? If you pay normal tax,
No.
will you get credit? No, there is no credit. Okay, there cannot be treated as a credit. Second, year one tax liability is 2,000. Year one tax liability is 2,000 under AMT, and regular tax is 1,000. Which one is payable?
2,000.
How much extra we have paid? Extra we have paid
1,000.
1,000. This can be carried forward. But look at the situation in the next year. Next year, my AMT liability is 2,500, whereas my regular tax is 5,000. So how much is payable?
5,000.
But from 5,000, because my normal tax is greater than AMT tax, we can set off the credit. And how much credit we were carry forwarding?
1,000.
1,000. So this is how you will compute the tax liability finally. 5,000 minus 1,000, finally payable 4,000. Okay. But look at the situation that they have changed. They are changing here. In the above example, if the credit carried forward was 3,500, if it was a 3,500, then can I subtract 3,500 from here? Answer is no, because minimum I must pay. Minimum I must pay. And minimum is how much? 2,500. So even if your liability credit was 3,500, even if your credit was 3,500, you can set off maximum to the extent of, extra tax of current year. And how much extra tax you were supposed to pay in current year? Your AMT was 2,500 and your normal liability was 5,000. So extra tax that you are paying is only 2,500. Even though you are having 3,500 credit, you cannot set off that. Maximum set off can happen to the extent of 2,500. Is it clear? Sir, but what about balance 1,000? Balance 1,000
Yes, sir.
to the next year. Fine.
Carry forward.
They have also given the
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In other words, the excess of regular tax over AMT, the excess of regular tax over AMT, that is extra tax. Okay, is the amount of maximum set off permissible. Because minimum is minimum. Minimum you must pay. This is the minimum that you must pay. Okay, and here we end with the discussion of AMT. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Ta 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 ta.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
चिखो तो चिखो